Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video we are going to check out Gala's price chart, and I think we might be much more bullish than we initially thought right around this area. Why? Because if you remember in the previous update, the idea was that we are having starting from this low, a 1, 2, 3, and I think we were around these areas, and I said there's a good chance this move is a correction for 4, and then we are going to have at least yet another move on the upside into wave 5. However, I believe I said in this wave 5, since we are usually not that lucky, in Gala we may reach to about the higher band of this level, about like 2.1 cents, and then what happens after an impulse up? You know the answer. Even if we are bullish, we're gonna get a move on the downside. And this was the topic of the previous video. And I said, if we get something like this, we shouldn't be worried at all, because it makes sense to buy the first time that we are touching this level, we get some sort of a reaction from it. So what happened? We did get a move up, but this is a bit of a surprise. You see, in this move, we actually went above this important level. Now, I want to be very clear. This level at the moment at least is not broken yet. Why is that? Because if you want to say this is broken, you need to have an initial move above here, followed by that a pullback, and then a continuation of the move up. And sure, you can say this was our initial break, this is now our pullback, but since we do not have this continuation yet, I'm gonna say you need to be a bit patient. However, again, in this recent rise, Gala has absolutely exceeded my expectations. Okay, let me make that very clear. Now, what is happening in the short term? So we can have different scenarios in here. I think if you want to be like really optimistic and bullish, you can say this is 1, this is 2, and then we're gonna have big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree might be into a wave 3, 4, 5, and even that one is going to be into a wave 3 and 4, 5. Basically, in here, we are having a series of 1-2s. This scenario, do not get me wrong, is absolutely possible. However, it's not going to be, for now at least, my primary case. Why is that? So far, this move does seem quite a slow and choppy, which is a characteristic of a correction, and also this seems to be quite a strong move on the downside. So what is it that I'm trying to tell you? I'm trying to say in Gala, we may have an ABC zigzag, and the subwaves for it are going to be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into a very strong move, correction for wave B, a slow and choppy move up, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into wave C. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening, and so more, there we go. So I believe we can say that this is from this high, a 1, 2, and then a strong 5 down, probably to about this point into wave 3. I'm going to say this was a triangle if you go on some lower time frames into a wave 4, and this is another move down into wave 5, followed by that, like we said earlier, this is kind of a slow move on the upside. So either it's in form of an ABC zigzag, or maybe a WXY, not that important. And then what are we going to have? Maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down in order to take this important low about like 2.1 cents. So let me be very clear. If in the short term you see a move down in Gala, at minute we take this low, please do not be overwhelmingly bearish. Okay, odds are on a higher degree. These are the subwaves for a beautiful ABC zigzag, and after it's over, we may start another phase of this beautiful uptrend in Gala. That can absolutely happen. Question is, at what point can we say maybe this move down is actually going to be like quite a deep move, and we're gonna get, for example, to all the way down here about like the 1.5 cents area? I'm gonna say as long as we are staying above this important level between 1.9 to about 2.1 cents, we are actually good to continue this move on the upside. On the other hand, if in the next phase down you see a very strong move, in order for us to go under this level, do a pullback, and then a continuation of the move down, at that point we're going to say this is just a simple fake out, and this is going to be now quite a deep move on the downside, and even that may not be necessarily bearish. So for now, as long as we are staying above here, I think we can say any kind of a pullback, it's just going to be a shallow one, and our move up can continue for quite a bit more. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Gala's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.